Understanding compound interest, the power of time in investing. Imagine planting a tiny seed in your backyard. Over time, that seed grows into a mighty tree, producing fruit year after year. Now imagine that fruit could be replanted to grow even more trees, and those trees would start bearing fruit as well. Before long, you'd have a whole forest thriving from just one seed. This is exactly how compound interest works, and it's the secret sauce to building wealth over time. If you're new to saving and investing, no worries. In this video, we'll break down compound interest in the simplest way possible, complete with examples and visuals to ensure it clicks. Let's unlock the power of your finances together. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is compound interest? It's a type of interest where you don't just earn money on what you saved or invested. You also earn on the interest that has already been added to your account. In other words, your money earns money, and then that money earns money too. Here's an example to clarify it further. Imagine you invest $1,000 today at an interest rate of 5% per year. After 1 year, you'll have $1,050, your original $1,000 plus $50 in interest. In year 2, you don't just earn interest on $1,000 anymore. Now you earn it on $1,050. By the end of year 2, you'll have $1,102.50. That's the magic of compound interest. Your money grows on itself, accelerating over time. This is what separates it from simple interest, where the amount stays the same each year. While the idea of compound interest might sound impressive on its own, the real game changer is time. Time is like fuel that keeps your financial engine running. The earlier you start investing, the longer compounding has to work its magic. To help you visualize this, imagine you start saving $50 a month today. Thanks to compounding, saving early means your $50 contributions will keep growing and snowballing year after year. But let's look at exactly why time matters through a case study. Meet Emma and Jake. Emma begins investing $50 per month into an account earning 8% annual interest when she's 25. She keeps going for 10 years, and by the time she turns 35, she decides to stop contributing altogether. At that point, she stops adding money, but continues to let her investment grow untouched. Now meet Jake. Jake doesn't start investing until he's 35. Like Emma, he invests $50 per month, but he keeps contributing until he reaches retirement age at 65. So who has more money when they both turn 65? Here's the big reveal. Emma invested for just 10 years and contributed a total of $6,000. But her money had 40 years to grow, and thanks to compound interest, she ends up with nearly $120,000. Jake invested for 30 years, contributing $18,000, 3 times as much as Emma. But when retirement rolls around, his total is only $75,000. The difference? Time. Emma gave her money more time to compound, which allowed her to generate a larger return, even though she stopped contributing much earlier. Starting just a little earlier makes all the difference. Now you might be thinking, I don't have much money to invest right now. That's okay. When it comes to compound interest, it's less about how much you invest and more about staying consistent over time. Let's say you save as little as $3 a day. That's about the price of a cup of coffee. By investing that modest amount consistently, you could see your money grow significantly in the future. The key here is regularity. Even small contributions made consistently, say monthly or quarterly, can add up to a significant amount when compounded over decades. Most people don't build wealth overnight. They do it by sticking to small, sustainable habits over time. If you're worried that you've started too late, let me tell you something reassuring. It's never too late to benefit from compound interest. Sure, starting earlier is better, But even if you're starting now, you can still set yourself up for a brighter financial future. For instance, if you start saving or investing at 40, you still have 25 years to let compounding work for you before retirement at 65. That's plenty of time to see meaningful growth in your wealth. The most important step you can take is to start today, no matter where you are in your financial journey. Compounding doesn't judge when you start, it only rewards consistency and discipline. Now you might be wondering, where can I make my money grow with compound interest? Here are a few popular options. Savings accounts. Some banks offer compound interest options, though rates might be lower. Retirement accounts, like 401(k)s or IRAs. Long-term accounts like these leverage compounding and often come with tax advantages. Index funds or mutual funds. These allow you to invest in the stock market, and although they don't explicitly compound in the same way as interest does, your returns reinvest in themselves for growth over time. No matter which path you choose, always look for investment or savings options that allow for reinvesting returns. That way, you maximize the power of compounding. If you're ready to begin harnessing compound interest, here's a simple 3-step plan to get you started. Start small and with what you can afford. Don't worry about making huge contributions right away. Even a small initial investment will grow if you're consistent. Open the right account. Look for investment or savings accounts that allow compounding. Read the terms carefully to ensure you understand how often interest is compounded: monthly, quarterly, or annually. Automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings or investment account. This eliminates the need for constant decision-making and ensures you're staying consistent. Now that we've explored the benefits and mechanics of compound interest, let's wrap things up. Here are the key lessons to remember. Compound interest is like planting a seed that grows into a forest. The earlier you start, the bigger the forest. Time is your best friend. Even small contributions grow exponentially if you give them time. It's never too late to start. The most important step is to take action today. Consistency is key. It doesn't matter how much you contribute at first. What matters is sticking to a plan. Compound interest isn't just a financial concept. It's a life-changing principle that can help you achieve long-term financial security. By planting your financial seed today, you're giving yourself, and possibly even the next generation, a future filled with opportunities. So, what are you waiting for? Start small, start now, and let time and consistency work their magic. Every dollar you set aside today is a step closer to a brighter tomorrow. Remember, it's not about how fast you run, but how long you stay in the race. The power of compounding rewards the steady and consistent saver. Let's build your financial forest together, one seed at a time.